Hi, Daddy.
Why are you saying it to me?
Hi. Hi. We're going on a safari.
Sit down.
Can be heard. If it is too loud, though, raise your hand if it's a comfortable level for you. Okay, thank you very much. Of course, as we get going on our tour today, we'll give you a chance to appreciate some safety tips. When there are smaller sections like this on the right that house animals more endangered and more sensitive, and they're visible, of course we'll be stopping to talk about them too. And we will for cheetahs on the right.
Elephant?
Look, there's some wine over there.
And the section's long, giving them a chance to run if they choose to. They're at the end of the run on our right, sitting there looking at us. So for the first 2 rows, possibly the better view. But if I stop, go for the rows off the vehicle would be kind of nauseous. So I just stop here, point out the area to you, knowing that you can walk 5 minutes from the station to get to this area and stay for a lot longer. We've had about 130 births in our history. That's a good thing for cheetahs. They're tough to breed.
What's that? What's that? Buffalo?
Now the safari park believes strongly that if you give animals a lot of room and you place them there geographically so that they're interacting with each other, their likelihood of breeding is better. The scientists that have come out here for the past 40 years, because we are 40 as of May 10th, and certainly learning more about the behaviors, because scientists can literally sit for hours and take notes in a safe location as opposed to going to the wild, which is often dangerous and costly. Give us the wherewithal to rarely do I ever, because they are very aloof when they go for cover. The problem is people poach them for the horn, thinking that horn is either a cure for fever, an aphrodisiac, and others literally carve it into dagger handles and status symbols. So we know that's a concerning factor, and where there are maybe 2,500 black rhino remaining, often I can go by this exhibit and not see them at all. They're that good at hiding. She, being a very protective mom, will stay with that baby almost 4 years, protecting it in the wild. It's a lot of energy expended. So the nest for that bird is to the left of the waterfall, and it's nice to say that within a year and a half, as these birds have been in this newly created marshland enclosure, the nesting has been successful for the repelled vultures, because there is a nest to the right of the waterfall housing a chick that the parents are tending to for the repelled vultures. But any others in here that are visible to us include, looks like the smallest being the Egyptian geese, and then behind us on the right, since you can stand and do a 180 if you choose to, the lappet-faced or hooded vulture, a full view of one. It's about 250 pounds close to us. And then checking out the scenery for others, but looking beyond the middle, checking out those over there. We'll talk about them from the other side, because anything beyond the middle is a little bit far away for you. The ellipse and waterbuck are pretty much right there in the middle, with the circle of white defining them.
Are you recording me?
They are not endangered because of the oily hide meat that's not useful for human consumption.
Can you see Peyton?
Grow. Rhinos would sit on them otherwise and break them. So putting rocks around the base of trees prevented them from getting that close. And giraffe will eat the trees, so we put fencing around the trees to deter them from doing that. Sitting under that big tree is a gamsbok. Tremendous in color.
Scary.
And that color helps them blend into the dunes.
Look at the giraffes.
A couple of species of giraffe are also ours to appreciate here on the left. Newest to arrive here from Vancouver, Canada in mid-December are the darker of the two, the Maasai giraffe. 3 females include a 6-month-old, and they are accompanied by those that were here in the enclosure prior to their arrival, the reticulated giraffe. But we'll be transferring the reticulated giraffe out of here and bringing up, I believe, other Maasai giraffe from the zoo, so it'll be a collaboration.
Long neck, huh?
We're always shipping animals back and forth, that's for sure. To our right, hardly ever are they visible, the wild ass from Somalia. And unfortunately for them, in the wild, because of poor economy, they're being used for financial gain or food source, so naturally that's troubling. And despite partnering up with others to bring the numbers up, as we've had 4 births in the last year and a half, I'll tell you, it's a tough one because you got to bolster people's economies up or that will keep going in a negative manner for the animal of a predator facing them, which will deter them actually from their attack more often than not. Gemsbach have the dark mark that goes right through the eye. The opponent is a submissive gesture and wait till next season. So the natural bent is out here as well in terms of who passes on the lineage, definitely giving us the genetic diversity needed that is natural. Orange is a color we can see on Ugandan cob, not on to all predators can they be seen, especially those with limited color vision. Standing in green, they look like the scenery. Species that will disappear in our lifetime, the northern white rhino. So taking a good look at her, we think of every day as being a gift in seeing her. The view of the valley is quite exquisite. It's all agricultural and was set aside as such in 1969. So as we move forward, identical to those, and despite the fact that they've been separated for hundreds of thousands of years, they're going to disappear in our lifetime for the poaching that has occurred because of the horn. No human intervention could help. And of course, we rely on people intervening. No male that will be shipped out to another facility to be a breeder there because he's sired 9 of our 90 offspring. So that's a good thing. Genetic diversity then is maintained, and he is as far from us as possible down at the very bottom under that tree near the ostrich. About the same number of birds throughout the park to discover today. The circle of white defines the Ellipson waterbuck, and to babies that follow those adults in tall grasses near the waterways where they dwell, it's called a follow me mark, so it's a way for them to ID them. Good vision, oh man, we're in trouble. So the giraffe are going, oh, here
He's
it
bossy,
comes.
isn't he?
They gotta move us again. The giraffe loves sitting under the shade trees or eating them, one of the two. The baby didn't move, that's making a statement.
There's the rhino.
2 months old, he just looked at him like
He's
that.
running.
The other one running up behind. Not to be outdone.
He's bossy.
Quite a visual.
He's bossy rhino.
Sometimes you're lucky to see all the intricacies of what species do without cages between each species. Just like the wild.
Yeah, it's
They
cool.
figure it out. Now the
Yeah.
fringe-eared oryx are walking away going, I don't want them in my shade. And fringe-eared oryx, like all oryx, have that black facial mask that is a form of communication. Depending on the position of the head, either up or down, it's either a submissive or an aggressive behavior. You can get a really close look at our southern white rhino. They're our emblem. You saw the male far away. But he has sired 9 of the 90 offspring that we've had. And when in the late 60s our staff went over to Africa to retrieve some from the wild, maybe 18 of them were brought here to see if they breed successfully. They are our emblem for the successful breeding. More than that, where there were only 50 of them left in the 1800s, there are now 18,000. So human intervention counts, and we know it can make a difference. The people in that truck are being given the privilege of feeding the giraffe acacia. So if ever you want to do that, you can book those trips through the ticket booths, and they'll give you the times and costs. Maybe.
Okay, good job. Whoa, he didn't wait! Got me on my leg. Okay, go.